White center clearance. Good afternoon, Saudia 2169 ready for push back at Charlie 1. FedEx 6074 cleared to land runway 14 left. Saudia 2169 cleared for push back. White center ground. Saudia 2169 ready to taxi. Saudia 2169 taxi to runway 14 right.
White center clearance. Good afternoon. Avianca 2317 ready for pushback at Bravo 2. Avianca 2317 cleared for pushback.
White Center Tower. Good afternoon. Qantas 4758 is on approach.
White center ground. FedEx 6074 taxi to the gates.
White center ground. Avianca 2317 ready to taxi.
Remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop.
Avianca 2317 cleared for takeoff runway 14 right.
White Center ground. Qantas 4758 requesting taxi to the gates.
White Center clearance. Good afternoon. Europa 7267 ready for pushback at Bravo 4.
Qantas 4758 taxi to gate Bravo 2.
White Center Tower. Good afternoon. Asiana 6376 is on approach. Asiana 6376 cleared to land runway 14 left.
White center ground. UPS 2938 taxi to the gates.
Europa 7267 cleared for pushback.
Trans North 4113 cleared for pushback.
White center tower. Good afternoon. Iberia 6026 is on approach. Iberia 6026 cleared to land runway 14 left.
UPS 2938 requesting taxi to the gates.
Europa 7267 taxi to runway 14 right.
trans north 4113, taxi to runway 14, right.
Volaris 1379 cleared for pushback. White center ground, Volaris 1379 ready to taxi. Volaris 1379 taxi to runway 14, right.
White center ground Asiana 6376 taxi to the gates.
UPS 2938 taxi to gate Charlie 2.
White center clearance. Good afternoon. Delta 7689 ready for pushback at Bravo 7.
Asiana 6376 taxi to gate Bravo 4.
Delta 7689 cleared for pushback.
Iberia 6026 taxi to gate Alpha 2.
White center tower Europa 7267 ready for takeoff runway 14 right.
White center ground. Delta 7689 ready to taxi.
White center clearance. Good afternoon. Dynasty 90183 ready for pushback at Bravo 1.
White center tower, good afternoon. Ural 8960 is on approach. Ural 8960 clear to land runway 14 left.
Dynasty 90183 cleared for pushback.
White Center Tower, good afternoon. BG 4690 is on approach. BG 4
Pushback. White center ground, Japan Air 2219 ready to taxi.
Dynasty 90183 taxi to runway 14 right.
White center ground. Ural 8960 requesting taxi to the gates.
White center clearance. Good afternoon. FedEx 4341 ready for pushback at Charlie 3.
Ural 8960 taxi to gate Bravo 7.
FedEx 4341 cleared for pushback.
Europa 7267 cleared for takeoff runway 14 right.
White Center Ground BG 4690 taxi to the gates.
White center tower trans north 4113 ready for takeoff runway 14 right. Trans north 4113 cleared for takeoff runway 14 right.
White center tower, Volaris 1379 ready for takeoff runway 14 right. Volaris 1379 cleared for takeoff runway 14 right.
White center ground FedEx 4341 ready to taxi.
BG 4690 requesting taxi to the gates.
Delta 7689 cleared for takeoff runway 14 right.
Japan Air 2219 taxi to runway 14 right.
Dynasty 90183 cleared for takeoff runway 14 right.
White Center Tower, good afternoon. Boliviana 90562 is on approach. Boliviana 90562 clear to land runway 14 left.
White center clearance. Good afternoon. Air Portugal 1587 ready for pushback at Alpha 5.
BG 4690 taxi to gate Bravo 10.
White center clearance. Good afternoon. Germania 8931 ready for pushback at Bravo 9.
FedEx 4341 taxi to runway 14 right.
White center ground. Air Portugal 1587 ready to taxi.
Europa 9936 clear to land runway 14 left.
Germania 8931 cleared for pushback. Air Portugal 1587 taxi to runway 14 right. White center ground. Germania 8931 ready to taxi.
White Center Tower, good afternoon. Cargo Looks 6576 is on approach. Cargo Looks 6576 clear to land runway 14 left.
White center clearance. Good afternoon. Sunwing 7759er. Ready for pushback at Alpha 4.
Germania, 89er 31, taxi to runway 14 right.
Sunwing 7759er. Cleared for pushback.
White Center Tower, good afternoon. Delta 7586 is on approach. Delta 7586 cleared to land runway 14 left.
Boliviana, 90562, taxi to gate Bravo, 9er.
White Center Tower, Japan Air, 2219er, ready for takeoff runway 14 right.
White Center Tower, good afternoon. Copa, 79er 74, is on approach.
Sunwing 775.
White Center ground, Delta 7586 taxi to the gates.
Europa 99er 36, taxi to gate Alpha 3.
Cargo looks 6576, taxi to gate Charlie 3.
Delta 7586 taxi to gate Alpha 5.
White center clearance. Good afternoon. Air France 1693. Ready for pushback at Charlie 4.
White Center ground. Copa, 79er 74, requesting taxi to the gates.
White Center Tower, good afternoon. Aeroflout 4764 is on approach. Aeroflout 4764 cleared to land runway 14 left.
Copa, 79er 74, taxi to gate Alpha 1.
Alitalia 6709er, cleared for pushback. White center ground, Alitalia 6709er, ready to taxi.
Alaska 2138 cleared to land runway 14 left.
White center clearance. Good afternoon. KLM 5063, ready for pushback at Bravo 3. KLM 5063, cleared for pushback.
Air France 1693. Cleared for pushback.
White center ground, KLM 5063, ready to taxi. KLM 5063, taxi to runway 14 right.
Air France 1693. Taxi to runway 14 right.
White Center clearance. Good afternoon. Air India 1425, ready for pushback at Bravo 5.
White Center ground, Aeroflout 4764 taxi to the gates.
Alitalia 6709er, taxi to runway 14 right.
Air India 1425, cleared for pushback.
Aeroflout 4764 taxi to gate Charlie 4.
White Center clearance, good afternoon. Etihad 19er 39er, ready for pushback at Bravo 8.
White Center ground. Air India 1425, ready to taxi.
White Center ground, Alaska 2138 requesting taxi to the gates.
Etihad 19er 39er, cleared for pushback.
Alaska 2138 taxi to gate Alpha 4.
White center tower. Good afternoon. Southwest 1278 is on approach. Southwest 1278, clear to land runway 14 left.
White Center ground, Etihad 19er 39er, ready to taxi.
Air India 1425, taxi to runway 14 right.
White Center clearance, FedEx 6075, ready for pushback at Charlie 1. FedEx 6075, cleared for pushback. White Center ground, FedEx 6075, ready to taxi. FedEx 6075, taxi to runway 14 right.
White Center Tower. Good afternoon. Atlas Air 2558 is on approach. Atlas Air 2558. Cleared to land runway 14 left.
White Center Ground, Southwest, 1278 requesting taxi to the gates.
Etihad 1939er. Taxi to runway 14 right.
White Center Tower. Good afternoon. Russia 3874 is on approach.
Japan Air 2219 cleared for takeoff runway 14 right.
Russia 3874 cleared to land runway 14 left.
Southwest, 1278 taxi to gate Bravo 3.
White Center Tower. FedEx 4341 ready for takeoff runway 14 right. FedEx 4341 ready for takeoff runway 14 right.
White Center Tower. Airport 1587 ready for takeoff runway 14 left. Air Portugal 1587 cleared for takeoff runway 14 right.
Yellow Cab 6254 cleared to land runway 14 left.
White Center Tower. Garena 8931 ready for takeoff runway 14 right.
Center clearance. UPS 2938 ready for pushback at Charlie 2.
Germania 8-9, cleared for takeoff runway 14 right.
Sunwind 7759, ready for takeoff runway 14 right. Sunwind 7759, cleared for takeoff runway 14 right.
Flight Center Tower, good afternoon. LL 8148 is on approach.
White center clearance Asiana 6377, ready for pushback at Bravo 4.
LL 8148 clear to land runway 14 left.
Attitude 1311 cleared for takeoff runway 14 right. White center clearance 6027 ready for pushback at Alpha 2.
Tower, Kenya 7075, ready for takeoff runway 14 right. Kenya 7075, cleared for takeoff runway 14 right.
White center ground, atmosphere 558, taxi to the gates. Atmosphere 2558, taxi to gate 1.
White center KLM 5063, ready for takeoff runway 14 right. KLM 5063, cleared for takeoff runway 14 right.
White center clearance 1647, ready for pushback at Bravo 2.
White Center Tower, good afternoon. Kenya 6598 is on approach. Kenya 6598, clear to land runway 14 left.
White Center Air France 1693, ready for takeoff runway 14 right. Air France 1693, clear for takeoff runway 14 right. White Center Ground, Russia 3874, requesting taxi clearance.
Battalion 6709, clear for takeoff runway 14 right.
Russia 3874, taxi to runway 1.
White Center Tower, India 1425, ready for takeoff runway 14 right. India 1425, clear for takeoff runway 14 right.
White center power FedEx 6075 ready for takeoff runway 14 right. FedEx 6075 clear for takeoff runway 14 right.
White Center Ground, Yellow Cam 6254, taxi clearance.
White center tower, Edenhard 1939er, ready for takeoff runway 14 right. Edenhard 1939er, clear for takeoff runway 14 right.